What's up guys, it's Pink Lunatic here, and I'm gonna rank Galarian forms. Now when thinking about what kind of Pokemon you like, it can be a variety of things that get you to like them. For me personally, I go for design primarily. I'm quite superficial when it comes to Pokemon, and if I feel that the design is ugly, I simply don't like it all that much. However, others will go for stats and typings of the Pokemon. Some people will go for its Pokédex entries, and others simply have an experience with the Pokemon that makes the Pokemon more likeable to them. Anyway, hot topic right now is Pokemon Sword and Shield, and I'm personally ranking Galarian forms. However, it's important for me to say that this will be based off personal opinions. We all think differently at the end of the day. Also, I'll just mention that Galarian evolutions such as Farfetch'd and Obstagoon won't be on this list as they are technically new Pokemon entirely. The Galarian form I hate the most is just really weird looking to me, and I think this Pokemon can always be considered as ugly. To be honest, I feel like this seems to get away with being ugly as it's a Gen 1 Pokemon. I'm talking about Mr. Mime. Look at him, he looks so janky and stuff. And he just gives me creepy uncle vibes. Also, its evolution just looks so stupid. Mr. Rhyme? More like Mr. Kill It with Fire Time. His typing sounds cool, but then you realise that Jynx is also Psychic and Ice, and that typing isn't exactly new. Watch out Delia Ketchum's Mr. Mime, because you're about to get replaced with this Galarian Mr. Mime, and Ash prepare for the new stepdad on the horizon soon. This one is weird looking as well, and it looks like a demon gremlin thing. I'm talking about Meowth. I mean, it looks alright from the front, then you realise it has a big fat ugly beard thing going on, and something about that just makes me a bit sad. Its typing is a bit random too. Looks wise, it gives me dark type vibes. But that was already done in the Alolan region. Stats are just regular Meowth stats to be honest, so not much going on for this Pokemon. Arguably, still better than whatever demolition that balloon face Alolan Persian was. 11th on the list is not a Pokemon I dislike, it's just that the design of it doesn't particularly stand out much to me. Never been a massive fan of this Pokemon, I don't dislike it however, and I also appreciate how it got some well-deserved attention. The Pokemon I'm talking about is Yamask. Sure, one thing we can all agree on is that its evolution, Runerigus, is far better than the other option for the Unovan Yamask, which is Cofagrigus, which I think looks ugly, probably the ugliest Pokemon to ever exist, or at least one of. It's just the Pokemon looks the same literally, the only thing different is what it's holding. Then again, you could argue that that's a nice touch, and that it doesn't need to change too much. Next on the list isn't a design I particularly hate, just a design that doesn't really stand out to me as much as the other forms, but that really doesn't stop them from being actually kinda cool looking. I can say it's a solid improvement from the last Stunfisk however. I mean, look at these two. The Unova Stunfisk just looks so sad and hopeless. This one looks like it would bite your legs off on a bad day. He's got some cool colourings, the green and the grey work really well together, compared to the previous baby poop coloured Unovan Stunfisk. Its typing is pretty good too, it's now a steel and ground type, which I think is well suited for this Pokemon. So the next Pokemon on my list is a pretty cute one, and I'm glad it got a form. The Pokemon I'm talking about is Darumaka. It's really cute little snowboy, and I like how he's the opposite typing of his Unova form, which is fire. He's really cute and I think his Galarian form is well deserved. Arguably 100% far better than its Hoenn form. The Hoenn form looks really plain and dull to be quite honest, and I'm also glad that this Pokemon got some attention. I love the look of this Pokemon, it looked really cunning. I love its colorations used and it looks like it's actually got some kind of personality. I think great job with redesigning this Pokemon. Next on the list is a Pokemon that has really deserved some attention for such a long time, and that Pokemon has to be Farfetch'd. How long has this guy needed an evolution? And it finally got the attention that it has more than deserved. I am so glad they gave Farfetch'd a Galarian form, because you look at coughing and it's just regular coughing. I was almost expecting Farfetch'd to get the same treatment as well. He didn't, and he got his own form, and I think it's adorable. He gets darker in colour and looks a little angrier. I love how he drags that big old leak around with him as well. Galarian Farfetch'd definitely gained some more personality. Okay, so we can all admit that we was not expecting the Zigzagoon line to get attention, because let's be honest, we kind of forget about him a bit. Zigzagoon has always been a really cute Pokemon. While plain and forgetful at the same time, there wasn't much reason to have this Pokemon when the counterpart was Poochyena and Mightyena, who are way cooler, but now the Zigzagoon line in this game arguably are better counterparts, I mean Obstagoon. I do think that Zigzagoon's design is better than Linoon's just because it's kind of really cool and cute at the same time. The design just draws me in much more than Linoon's one does, and it feels more memorable to me. I voted this higher than Farfetch'd, mainly because of how much more the design has changed in comparison to Farfetch'd. Okay, this was a good choice to give this one a Galarian form. Its design is pretty interesting too. Not the best Galarian form in terms of looks, I do think its other form does look very weird. I'm talking about Darmanitan. I like the look of its normal form, I just think Zen mode looks really strange. It looks like a snowman breathing fire out of its nostrils. It's like Olaf on fire. However, despite the strange appearance of its Zen form, I absolutely love its typing. Fire and ice, I'm up for that. I mean, it's literally Todoroki as a Pokemon. This is the first fire and ice typing combination as well, so props to that. I also appreciate this Pokemon's stat too, which is a decent contender for a competitive in my opinion. Also, regular form Darmanitan looks kinda cute and like a little abominable snowman. I think there is a lot going for this Pokemon all round, which is why I placed it higher on the list. Okay, this one is a big nod to British culture, and I think that this is why it has become so popular among the Pokemon fans. I'm talking about our top hat boy Weezing. I absolutely love the colours used for Weezing, and the design is just so clever. It's a chimney and gentleman combined. Its typing is actually awesome too. I mean, fairy and poison? Yes please. This design is a solid one, and props to Game Freak for creating it. It also looks kind of funny looking as well, but there has been so much thought put into it in terms of design, and you can clearly see that. I put this Pokemon higher than Darmanitan mainly because of how much British culture it shows, and you know Gala is based off of the UK. I was not expecting this Pokemon to get a Galarian form, and I'm absolutely all for it. And it's made me love and appreciate this Pokemon all the more. And hallelujah, its Galarian form has a Galarian evolution as well. Finally, it gets the attention it deserves. The only thing I didn't like about its typing is that it wasn't part water type too. That would have made for an even better coverage for my team. However, I still really appreciate its ghost typing and how its horns are translucent. Such a nice touch for a ghost type Pokemon. Just absolutely in love with this design so much. And it's so close to being my favourite. Okay, there are two Pokemon left. I had a very hard time picking between the two, but in second place it has to be Rapidash. This design is absolutely beautiful, really is absolutely stunning. The colorations and sheer elegance of this Pokemon is outstanding. I mean, I can't say anything bad about this Pokemon, really. Actually, there is one thing. We kinda did really want, and that's an Anacorn. Even if it had a Gigantamax Anacorn form, that would have been great. That's just my biggest gripe. But Galarian Rapidash is absolutely amazing, and its existence literally purifies my soul. Rapidash is pure grace and beauty. Also, yes, it's part fairy type, which is well deserved. Its stats aren't too bad, and it will get you through the game pretty well. Okay now, the best Galarian form in my opinion. You can love me, hate me, but please don't leave me. I just think it's the cutest, and I die from cuteness every time I see it. I am talking about Ponyta, if you didn't know. The colour of this Pokemon is just so pure. I absolutely love the pastel colours, so it hits a real weak spot for me. I think it's pure cuteness. is just what makes it better than Rapidash. I just want one of my own to be by my side forever. This is the sole reason I brought Pokemon Shield instead of Sword, and I have no regrets whatsoever. I do wish it had a fairy typing though, as come on, its appearance screams fairy type. The way it glows, the way it walks, and everything about this pastel baby Pokemon that I love. I understand that some of you would probably disagree with some of my choices, but I think we can all agree that we like Pokemon for different reasons. I'd love to hear your opinions. Who's the worst Galarian form? Who is your favourite? How would you have listed them yourself? Put your thoughts down in the comments, I'd love to hear them. Thanks for watching the video guys, I appreciate you stopping by and taking your time. Don't forget to subscribe to watch more from me.